Update, am I the asshole for not wanting to get a job? Link to previous post. So I posted this some days ago, and a lot of things have happened since then. Of course, I sat down with my boyfriend to talk about his sudden change of attitude towards my job as a writer, and I told him that it was very disrespectful to tell me that I have to get a real job when I already have one. I told him that I was considering ending the relationship too because of that. However, I also asked him if there was something that he wasn't telling me because this behavior was not normal at all. At first he doubled down on saying that there was nothing that he wasn't telling me, but after insisting a bit more he admitted that he was jealous of me. He said that he hates his job, this was quite a surprise, NGL, and he resents seeing me so happy and fulfilled with mine. The fact that I have another source of income only makes his jealousy worse because I'm pretty independent and can stop working whenever I want, his words, not mine. However, he said that he was willing to let me continue writing if I also work somewhere else to make things fair. I was flabbergasted, I love this word, to say the least. So yeah, I broke up with him. It hurts, but I'll live. Maybe this will give me ideas for another novel, ha ha ha. Thank you all for your advices and kind words, they have been really helpful. Edit, holy shit. I was not expecting that my update would blow up like this, thank you so much everyone. And thank you for the awards. I honestly don't know how they work, but oh well. I'll try and answer to everyone who took their time to comment, it's the least you deserve heart. Edit 2. I know I said that I was going to answer to everyone who commented, but I'm honestly so overwhelmed with all your responses that my writing brain cannot handle everything. Ironic, I know, ha ha ha. I just want everyone to know that I'm reading every single one of your comments and upvoting everyone. Again, thank you so much for reading heart.
LMAO, I am so glad to read that you dumped him. Imagine being mad your significant other is happy and then straight up coming out and saying you are willing to let her go on with an activity that is both fulfilling and a source of income, as long as she made an effort to make herself more miserable. Tears of joy, you don't need this kind of toxic, controlling bullshit in your life.
Anytime I hear that line, that they'll let you if, just hell no. Sweetie, you're not going to let me. You don't get to tell me what to do. You may be hurting right now, but you saw a major red flag and instead of ignoring it, you ran. Good for you. Now go write and PM me when you have a book or an article for me to read.
Wow, let you keep writing. So long OP's ex.
So, instead of making changes to his own career path in order to increase his happiness, he wanted you to make your own life worse to make it fair. What a weirdo. Willing to let me continue writing, oh sweet 6 pounds 8 ounces baby Jesus, the audacity. Good riddance. However, he said that he was willing to let me continue writing if I also work somewhere else to make things fair. Oh, please. Do find it in your heart to make yourself feel miserable enough he will feel better. So yeah, I broke up with him. There you go. So seriously not the asshole. Keep it up, op. We're rooting for you. How I love reading stories of independent people kick ass. Congratulations on your success and walking away from someone who was going to bring you down. Good luck with your book.
However, he said that he was willing to let me continue writing if I also work somewhere else to make things fair. Wow. I'm glad you don't have to deal with that negativity anymore.
However, he said that he was willing to let me continue writing if I also work somewhere else to make things fair. How generous of him, sarcastic tone. I was flabbergasted, I love this word. Me too. So yeah, I broke up with him. I like you. So nice to see people who know their worth. Hope your novel is a success.
Girl, as another writer, I'm jealous as hell you have a passive income and get to spend your days writing what you want. But you know what? Good for you. You chase those dreams, and you'll keep yourself fulfilled more than any insecure man ever could. It's so absurd for people like that to spend so much energy trying to tear another person down to make themselves feel better. He should have just found a goddamn hobby.
He was willing to let you continue writing. Well, wasn't that generous of him? The man seems like a prize. Honestly though, I am glad you saw what he is really like before this relationship went any further. Congrats on deciding to move on without him, and all the best for your book and all your future endeavors. Translation. I want you to be as miserable as I am. LMAO. Glad you left him.
Happy and fulfilled, is literally my life's hope for my friends, family, spouse. The fact that he was miserable and thought you should be too. You're better without someone who is such a jerk. Plus, if he was unsatisfied or unhappy in his job, he had plenty of time in which to tell you. That shouldn't have been a surprise.
Dude, you have to write about this for sure. Your ex's level of disconnect from reality is a gold mine.
OMG, let you continue working. So glad you got out of that. Sorry it hurts, but just keep reminding yourself what a bullet you dodged.
Hey, I have a job I hate, so you should get a job you hate too to make things fair. Be strong. Be happy.
I was flabbergasted. I love this word. Schadenfreude is also an excellent word, and I think you probably have a lot coming your way. Good on you for sticking to your values and passion and refusing to be less just to appease someone's insecurities.
I live for these kinds of updates. Go op.
Speaking as a fellow writer, good for you. When I first quit my corporate job to pursue writing, my husband was worried because of the change in income, but he quickly moved past his fears and became incredibly supportive. He continues to prioritize my career because he sees how happy it makes me. Really glad you didn't settle for someone who would stand in the way of your dreams simply to soothe his ego. It's not worth it.
Woo, I got a bit head up at the let you bit. Glad you broke up with him. What kind of mad person wants their significant other to be miserable with their job just because they are?
This is unsurprising. My first thought, when I read your post, was that your boyfriend was jealous and that a relationship with him will go downhill fast because his jealousy will taint everything. I am glad that you were courageous enough to go your own way.
Here's the actual link to the original for anyone who wants it.
He was willing to let you do anything. That was funny. Dude thinks he gets to decide what you do or doesn't do. Makes me wonder if any past or future relationships of his will end because of shit like this.
Good for you op.
Wow, good call. You don't want to be with someone who, when unhappy, decides to try and drag you down instead of figuring out how to address their own issues. I'm glad you are no longer with someone that thinks it's a reasonable ask for both of you to be miserable because he is miserable. That kind of emotional contagion can't be healthy. He had the chores taken care of, a happy, financially secure partner who could split the bills 50-50, and he wanted you, less comfortable. I can see if you were enemies to want misery for them but your significant other? That's nuts. I hope you are able to get back to a solo living space with minimal fuss.
Let you continue writing. Oh hell no. You are definitely better off without him.
Wow, congrats. Great job dumping his loser ass.
Taylor Swift breaks up and writes a song. Knox_31415 breaks up and writes a novel. Such wow.
I'm really glad this story ended with you dumping him. It's not always easy or pleasant to do, but I can't see how that attitude was going to get anything but worse, and I'm sure you will be better off out of that doing what you love without his resentment and jealousy dragging you down.
It's tragic that he couldn't find happiness by seeing you happy.
I think I would have been out at willing to let you keep writing without even the rest of the sentence. Glad you are out of there.
Not the asshole. I'm happy you dumped him. What a toxic man. He tried to do your life miserable because he was not happy with his life. You're better without him.
Info. Was he at all surprised when you broke up with him?
He said that he was willing to let me continue writing. What the fuck? I'm so glad you broke up.
Yeah, it's hard to save the relationship when your partner basically says, I want you to work a second job so we are both miserable. Also, if you don't need the money, I'm sure you wouldn't want to take a job away from people who do, given the unemployment problems COVID has caused in a lot of countries.
Good for you. What a dick. Let you continue writing. LMAO. Good riddance. What a child.
Resents seeing me so happy and fulfilled with mine. What kind of asshole resents their BFGF for being happy? There was another post about a similar situation. The outcome was the same. It boggles my mind that a person would have such a problem with what their significant other does for a job, as long as they're contributing to household expenses. Just floors me. Good call on the dumping. What a dickhead. I'm a guy and can't imagine asking my girl, if I was actually in a relationship right now, to get another job outside the house just to make things fair. Clearly he has some issues to work out and I believe he's projecting his anxieties and failures onto you. So, I'm sorry it had to end, but it was ended for a good reason and this, too, shall pass.
However, he said that he was willing to let me continue writing. And he's too moronic to understand that he has no right to let you do something.
NGL. When I read that he admitted to being jealous, I thought he was having an epiphany on how stupid he sounds. Instead I was also flabbergasted lol.
He said that he was willing to let me continue writing if I also work somewhere else to make things fair. Let you? Oh, hell no. Glad you dumped him. You don't need to be with someone who resents that you're happy and independent.
Good for you. Willing to let you, give me a break. He's not your boss or owner. It hurts right now, but you did the right thing. You deserve better than that guy, he only wanted to drag you down so he wouldn't be alone in his misery. Stay away from people like that and surround yourself with people who are genuinely supportive.
Wow, he wanted you to be as miserable as him working in a job you don't need. I am so glad to read that you dumped him. Good lord, you don't need that bullcrap in your life. You go girl.
I was going to say I can understand how he might be jealous of you. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a dream job and extra income on the side? But, willing to let you? The audacity this asshole has. Glad you kicked his insecure ass out of your life. The pandemic is depressing as it is. We don't need that negative energy. Yeah, they do say misery loves company. Glad you didn't cave. You go, girl. I'm sorry you're hurting right now, but glad that you broke up with him.